What's up, you guys? Isaac with a Chance here. This is a different video today because this is my first time giving y'all a full tour of my toy collection. That's right. This is actually my first toy collection tour video. So I was going to try to do one last year, but I just didn't have the time to do one. But now till this day, I'm giving it to you guys. My full tour of my toy collection. So that's enough talking. Let's go ahead and get started. So as we get started, here are my Studio Series figures that we've seen in Transformers Rise of the Beast. And I call this my Studio Series, Rise of the Beast collection. And I have to say, I really love these figures. And these figures look pretty badass as their CGI models that we've seen in the movie. Now, for Airazor, on the other hand, Airazor is not really accurate to the movie. I think there was some major changes before she got put into the movie, but it kind of sucks that she did not transform at all in the movie. But there you go. And, well, the thing is, I like Airazor, don't get me wrong. And these are the characters. So, these are the characters that we've seen in Rise of the Beast. So, there you have it. So, I completed the entire team of the Autobots, the Maximals, and the Terracons. At least we got one Predacon, and that is Scorponok. Now, we are going to be getting a Studio Series Ape-Link from Rise of the Beast, who's going to be a repaint and a remodel of this guy, Optimus Primal. So, there you have it. Here are my Studio Series figures from Transformers Rise of the Beast. And as we come down here are my Studio Series figures from Bumblebee. And these are the characters that we've seen in the movie. And I call this my Studio Series Bumblebee movie collection. And this is actually one of my favorite scenes of the movie, that we see all the G1 Autobots and the Decepticons. Well, not all of them, some of them actually, from the Cybertron scene in Bumblebee. That was one of my favorite opening scenes that was shown in the actual movie itself. And these are the characters that was in the movie. So there you go. Now, the only ones that were not in the movie are Sunstreaker and Rumble, that were cut from the movie, and Megatron was also cut from the movie. Now, speaking of Megatron, I don't have Megatron in this collection, but I will be getting him very soon. So there you have it. Here are my Studio Series Bumblebee movie figures. So as we come down here, here are my Marvel Legends figures from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. That's right. I only collect Marvel Legends unless they're from the MCU. And I call this my Marvel Legends MCU collection. And I have to say, I really love these figures a lot. Yeah, I love the figures. Now there are a couple of MCU shows and movies that I like and don't like. I mean, it basically depends which ones I like or don't like. Now, some of the projects were good and some of the projects were not good, but the figures themselves look pretty good. And these figures look pretty badass as they were in the movie. So, there you have it. Yes, it's a lot going on right here, so yeah. So what got me into the MCU was the first Iron Man and the Incredible Hulk back in 2008. And now, that was 16 years ago. Now, 16 years later, I still love the Marvel Cinematic Universe till this day. So I guess that's pretty much it. So there's my Marvel Legends figures from the MCU. And as we come down here are my other Transformers figures. So we got two Red Alerts. We got Siege and Kingdom Red Alert. They look like twins though. And then right over here, we got Tarn, who is actually one of my favorite Legacy figures. And this figure is also based off of his IDW comic book counterpart. And this looks pretty good. And he's also sitting on the throne. So there you go. and we got legacy figures. Now we got these legacy figures from Transformers Animated. Now I grew up with Transformers Animated. That was back in I think it was 2007 or 2008. But now, finally, we got these figures. Now, since we had the original figures, we finally got we finally have these guys. We got Optimus Prime, Bumblebee, and we got Prowl. So, speaking of Transformers Animated, I hope they do put more of these figures out. And I'm talking about the characters. And I'm talking about the characters that we've seen in Transformers Animated. Hopefully they put more of these characters out in the future, like more Autobots and more of the Autobots and Decepticons in the future. So we'll just have to wait and see. So there you have it. So let's move on to the next shelf. So as we come on to the next shelf, here are my G1 Autobots from the Transformers G1 cartoon. And I call this my G1 Autobot collection. And I have to say, I really love these figures. And they look amazing. They look pretty accurate to their G1 counterparts that we've seen in the cartoon. Now, what got me into G1? Now, what got me into Transformers G1 was the 1986 movie. Then I got into the actual TV show itself, and I really enjoyed the actual series and the actual 1986 movie. So there you have it. And these are the figures from the G1, from the Transformers G1 cartoon, or from the 1986 movie. So there you go. And speaking of the 1986 movie, we are going to be getting a Studio Series 86 Commander Class Optimus Prime figure, mostly this year, which I cannot wait to get that figure. So there you go. So there you have it. So there are my G1 Autobots. So as we come down here, here are my Bayverse Autobots. So here are my Studio Series Bayverse Autobots. And I call this my Studio Series Bayverse Autobot collection. And I really love these figures. Now, some of the movies are not, some of the movies were good, okay, and mad, depending on everyone's opinions on the movies. So now the movies I did enjoy quite a bit, but with the figures themselves are way more enjoyable. Now these figures look way more accurate to their movie CG render counterparts, and they look pretty great. Now with this Optimus Prime figure, this is not a Studio Series figure. This is just an Optimus Prime figure from the Transformers: The Last Knight toy line. And we are going to be getting a Studio Series Age of Extinction Leader Class Optimus Prime figure next year, which I cannot wait to get. So here are my Bayverse Autobots, and this is what got me into the Michael Bay Transformers universe, which was my first time getting into the Transformers like 17 years ago, back in 2007 when I was a kid. And now 17 years later, I love the Bayverse Transformers till this day. And I love these figures themselves. So there you have my Bayverse Autobot collection. So as we come down here, here are my Yolo-Park figures. Now I'm going to call this my Yolo-Park Transformers collection. And these are the Yolo-Park figures that we've seen in Transformers Rise of the Beast. We got Optimus Prime, Optimus Primal, Bumblebee, and Scourge. Now the only ones I'm missing right now are Rhinox and Cheetor from Rise of the Beast. Now I might be getting those figures soon. Well, I'm not going to get those Yolo-Park Transformers figures right now. I'm going to get them, well, not right now, but I'm not going to get them right now, but like I said, I'll get them soon. But these are the figures that we've seen in Transformers Rise of the Beast. So, but down here, there's nothing much down here except for like 3 Funko Pops. Yes, I do collect Funko Pop. I do collect Funko Pop figures. It kind of depends. It basically depends it kind of depends on which ones I want or don't want. But here are my Funko Pop figures that I collect. We got Mirage and Rhinox from Rise of the Beast. We got Jake Sully from Avatar: The Way of Water. And we got this Lego Spider-Man figure that I built. and we get Earthrise Optimus Prime's truck. I'm sorry, not truck mode. His trailer. So there you have it. So let's move on to the next shelf. So as we come on to the last shelf, here we have here are my Decepticons. Now, I don't know what to call this collection. I think I'm just going to call this a mix of Decepticons for right now. But this is just a mix of Decepticons. Or I think I'm going to call this my multiversal Decepticon collection, which I think that'll be a really cool name for this collection. So there you go. Because these are just Decepticons from different worlds and different universes. Or the same universe for that matter. But so as we look at this collection looks great. And yes, so yeah, this collection looks great. So these are the figures that I only have in this collection. So there you go. This, like I said, I don't think there's nothing much in this collection anyway. So, well, most likely just most of this. So there you have it. Speaking of Decepticons, as we come down here, we got, so these are the Michael Bay Transformers Decepticons that we've seen in the Michael Bay Transformers era. And I call this my Studio Series Bayverse Decepticon collection. And I have to say, I dig the hell out of these figures. And these figures are great. And these figures look amazing. So what I liked about these figures, these figures, they look pretty accurate to their live action Bayverse counterparts that we've seen. Now, I think that some got left in vehicle mode, like, for example, like the Constructicons got transformed into Devastator in Revenge of the Fallen, which I thought that was a pretty cool scene. Now, for Sentinel Prime was an interesting villain. I mean, I was expecting Shockwave to be the villain in Dark of the Moon. I mean, just saying for Sentinel Prime. I mean, he's actually a pretty good villain. So, there you go. And for Lockdown has got to be like one of my favorite Decepticon villains. I mean, I think he was not in the movie too much. I mean, I don't know. I have not seen Age of Extinction since theaters, so it's been a while since I watched Age of Extinction. But as I'm looking at these figures right now, they look great. And then we got Igor. We got Ravage and Igor right about there. So there you go. Here are my Decepticons from the Michael Bay Transformers universe. And as we come down here, here are my mix of Autobots. So I think I'm gonna call this my Autobots. I'm just gonna call this my multiversal Autobot collection. I think that's what I'm gonna call it for now, because these are just Transformers from different worlds and different universes. Now, the Maximals are also on the shelf because the Maximals are part of the Beast Wars cartoon. So there you go. Now, I put Bumblebee down here. I put this G1 Bumblebee down here. Now, this is Bumblebee from Studio Series 86. I really love this figure. And it looks pretty cool. So, there you go. So, here are my Autobots from different worlds and different universes, and the Maximals from the Beast Wars universe. And last but definitely not least, here are my Studio Series Gamer Edition figures from Transformers War for Cybertron. And I call this my Studio Series video game collection because these are the characters that we've seen in War for Cybertron. So in the back, we got Barricade, we got Megatron, we got Starscream, we got Cliffjumper, we got Optimus Prime, we got Sideswipe, and we got Bumblebee. Now Studio Series Gamer Edition has been through ups and downs by some fans and collectors alike, including myself included, but there's some that look accurate and some do not look accurate. But we are going to get more of these figures in the near future. So I can't wait to see more of these Studio Series Gamer Edition figures if they look pretty good. But there you have it. So I guess that's it for that pretty much wraps it up for my collection. So there you guys go. My first toy collection video. At least I showed y'all my entire collection. Well, I am going to do a second toy collection video. Well, by the time I get brand new figures or figures that I don't have yet, I will be doing a secondary toy collection video for you guys. So there you have it. I guess that pretty much wraps it up for this toy collection video, and that is it. So be sure to like, subscribe, press the notification button, follow me on Instagram, and comment down below, and I'll see you on my next video. Thank you for watching.